Hi, I'm Victoria Dickenson and I'm the Executive Director of the McMichael Canadian Art Collection. This is a wonderful collection of Canadian art and very especially of the Group of Seven. Tom Thomson, who was not a member of the Group of Seven, was however one of the greatest of the painters of that period, and we're fortunate to have 91 paintings and drawings by Thomson in our collection. We also have his palettes and we have the Tom Thomson shack. Now this was the cabin in which he lived in a ravine in Rosedale for a number of years, but it was moved to the property here by Robert McMichael. Robert and Signe McMichael founded the McMichael Canadian Art Collection. It was first established in their home and then was given to the province of Ontario in 1966, and it became a public museum. We're standing here in front of what's known as the Tom Thomson shack. This is a very simple wooden cabin where Thomson lived from 1914 up until 1917. Tom Thomson had been living in the studio building in Rosedale, which was a residence for artists, a studio space for artists, with A.Y. Jackson. But when Jackson left to go to the war in 1914, Thomson really couldn't afford to stay in the studio building, so moved into this unheated wooden shack in the ravine behind the building. It was here as well that the West Wind, one of his great masterworks, was still on the easel when he died in 1917. It's really exciting to see Tom Thomson's original sketch married with his studio painting. What was happening was that Thomson and other members of the Group of Seven were going out into the woods and painting en plein air. They were painting outside, and they were using these wooden boards and painting on them with oils, and you have this incredibly freshness of these sketches. They're capturing, what I love to see is they're capturing weather, they're capturing light, they have a real feeling for landscape. These sketches were taken back then into the studio where Thomson worked them up and other members of the group worked them up into these larger scale oil paintings. Thomson grew up in a farmhouse in Leith, looking over the lake, and he was seeing sunsets like this on a regular basis. And when he came to paint them, so he had these memories of these fabulous sunsets, and he brought both his memory and his incredible talent to depicting light and depicting sunsets, these amazing northern sunsets. And I think these are just glowing, stunning works that again bring you into the very moment in time, that space, that weather, that moment of light, which he was capturing so well in these small, incredibly fresh sketches. Tom Thomson drowned in Canoe Lake in 1917, and it's still uncertain where he is buried, but we do know where his studio made at the studio is buried, and it's right here at the McMichael. There's a graveyard here that was inaugurated by A.Y. Jackson, at whose gravestone I am standing. He and Thomson had shared a studio, and he is buried here along with his fellow members and the founders of the McMichael, Robert and Signe McMichael. It's a very special place. A cemetery at the gallery surrounded by the white pines that were so important to the Group of Seven in their paintings.